Morning all. We're looking at GBPJPY on the 30-minute time frame. As you can see, the chart's very busy, cluttered, but we're going to review yesterday, which was the 14th of March, and then we'll jump in today and what's going on today, what our forecast is, and the trade I've already taken during the Asian session. So if we look at yesterday, I explained the entry in for this position in my previous video, so I'm not going to discuss that, but I'm going to discuss where I exited and why I exited here. Yeah, so as we can see, price pushed up. We broke straight past our first TP1, which was a 1-to-1, 20 pip stop, 20 pip target here. We moved our stops to break even, and then I let the trade run. What happened is, as price pushed up, and then I got this strong bearish candle here, because it broke lower than the 8 MA here. For me, that was and at that point I'm 74 pips up. So at that point I exited the trade here, just in case it just completely mopped back down to these lows. So that was that position. So I watched the next candle, which was a 30-minute candle, close and respect this area. Yeah, when it respected this area, I dropped down to the 15-minute chart, and I could see this pin bar at this level, and that gave me an entry point again. On my second position of the day, I set a 15 pips stop loss, a 15 pip TP1, which was my break-even point. So we smashed that again for 20 pips. My second position I let run, and why I exited the position here was down to the fact that I trailed, because it was my second position of the day, and I dropped to the 15-minute chart and trailed this position. So I brought my stop to break even off the first position after the first position hit 20 pips, 15 pips, sorry, and then I moved my stop up, and then basically as price retraced, it took me out. So overall yesterday, great day. We had 74 pip overall on the first position and second position, which is managing risk, by the way, and why I chose to go for the 15 pip stop instead of the 20, and that was overall 27 pips. So if I just scroll out, we'll have a quick clean up before we review today. So remove the break-even points on there. We don't need that. Let's just jump into the 1 hour let's just get rid of some of these levels. So we broke that level. I can get rid of that. That was the break-even point for the second trade yesterday. We can clean that off the chart. It's always best to have a bit of housekeeping on your charts, because you don't want anything confusing what you're seeing, or so over time it's best to have a bit of a clean up on your charts, definitely. And for what works for me is, because I'd clean up on the same day, but because I'm making these YouTube videos, I like to review the previous day with you guys. So I leave everything as it is, so I think it'll explain it better, why it's been placed, why I'm removing it. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm clean up to that point. I can remove this level here. Where are we now? Let's just drop onto the 30 for a moment. Yeah, and I'll remove that level as well, and then we can discuss. I don't always trade the Asian session, but couldn't sleep, woke up, put my charts on after my coffee, and then I'll explain why I entered on what I liked about this position. Here we go. So currently today, this is the GBPJPY. We're on the 30-minute chart, and today's date is the 15th of the 3rd, 2022. So like I said, this is during the Asian session. I couldn't sleep, so when I turn the charts on, I just like what I've seen. And what I've seen was on the 30-minute chart, we've seen a break of this level here. This, I don't always draw my levels on the 30. I'd like to just do them on the 1 hour, but this is what I'm explaining to you guys. So we got this bullish candle here, the break above this structure. I was a bit aggressive on this entry because we didn't, on this candle close, my entry point wasn't a break above this structure. But then again, if I wasn't so aggressive on this position, I would have been entering somewhere here, and then we got the retracement back. But then again, I wouldn't have done that. My trade plan doesn't, if we get that signal candle, I'm still looking for that entry closer to the 8. So I wouldn't have entered here. But like I say, I took that aggressive decision to enter after the close of this candle, which didn't quite break this structure high here. But price pushed up. It smashed again through me to me 1-to-1, which was 22 pips. 22 pips. Yeah. Why I chose 22 pips instead of 20, because it just took me beneath the structure here, this level of support here. So that flexibility in your trade plans, it's always good to have that flexibility about your trading. But I'm always looking really in the region of 20 pips stop loss. So what happened? So again, the first position smashed TP1, moved our stops to break even. Second position, what I've done after this is, because it's the Asian session and I'm aware that there's not always a lot of volume, and we might get that turnaround coming into London. So what I've done is I dropped into the 15-minute chart and trailed my stops. So we've closed out on the first position. Second position, we got a strong candle up. I brought my stops up, and as price consolidated and took me back out here. Yeah, so this line I put here was my stop loss move. So this, I left my overall take profit here to this level where I could show you guys, but I can bring that back down now, because that orange line is where me trailing on the 15-minute time frame price took me out. Yeah, so which is that candle there. So we got an extra, we got 22 pips on the first position, and the second position was 17 pips. I don't know why I put that on. Oh, I think that was to show you, so it was 18 pips. That was, looking at that, it was 17 pips, but hey ho. So we'll clean that off. That was my break even point for that. I don't need to review this position with you guys tomorrow, so I can clean that off now. But any trades today will be during the London session that we can review in tomorrow's video. But I just want to explain one more thing before I close this video. Let me just zoom out a bit. So through Asia we had this bullish momentum and pushing up, and then we could see high, and price broke beneath the 8MA, dropped down, then we got this strong push down, this strong bearish candle which broke the 50 moving average. Then we got that retracement back up, retesting underneath the 50, strong push down. Now what I want you to think about, when I see this happen, earlier on when I was trading, I used to think, oh damn, I wish I was in that position, what I missed out there. But then it made me think, well no, that's a good sign for me. That's how I look at this now. I can see, okay, we could be getting a turn in price here. We could be going from a bullish bias to a bearish bias. So now I see this happen, and what I look for is what I'm going to show you on the daily time frame. we can see when you get a price turn and a break of the 50 MA, you want to be looking for that retracement. And what's happened on the daily chart here, we've got that strong push down. This is a retracement, which you don't always get, but you do get when you get that break of the 50. So we get a push up here, we get the retracement, rejection of the level here, and we get that push up. Again, we get the breakdown here, retracement back. We're getting a rejection candle at the moment here, which is currently the current candle, daily candle we're in. So I'm looking at this setup now to happen on the 30-minute time frame. We're starting to see it. I now want to see price come back up. I'm looking at levels here. I want to see it create. I want to see price create a resistance area. Yeah, and then that'll start making me look towards the 15-minute, towards seeing if there's any entry points for me to enter this trade short. But again, I'll monitor the trade. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I won't be entering. I've already had my first position today. Sometimes price will just continue and you won't get that retracement, but I'll just wait for that. That's not part of my trade plan, so whatever. We'll see what happens. So I'll be monitoring the 30-minute through the London session, and that's it, guys. That's it. We will watch, we will be patient, and we will review. I will not be jumping across currency pairs to see if there's any other positions for me. I like to maintain. Building on your patience was hard for me, but I like to maintain that. I do believe that it's hard to, create bad habits at any point. It's like the old driving scenario. Once you pass your test, you start building your bad habits. So I look at that the same way in trading. Over a long time, it took me to start trading less, and not giving back to the market what profits I'm making. You can lose that edge. So that's why I don't jump into these pairs looking for other trades. I'll wait. So we'll wait today, see if there's another opportunity. If there is, we'll enter. If there's not, we'll wait till tomorrow. So I hope that helped. Enjoy your trading day.